This is Mom's old tripod. Good old Promaster 4600. This thing is 20 years old, 25 maybe. I have no idea. Pretty sure she had it before she actually had this Fujifilm camera, which is from 2002. This is a fantastic tripod still. You see how tall it gets, and the action on the fluid head is still so smooth. The action here on this is still just super smooth up and down. It's a fantastic tripod, but I'm kind of looking for something maybe a little more compact, because this thing folds down pretty good, but it's still a little bit bulky. Let's go ahead and break it down real quick. There it is, fully broken down. That's as small as it gets, kind of in relationship with the camera right there. So I mean, it does get pretty small, but I don't necessarily want to take my mom's 30-year-old tripod out on the road with me or wherever. So I was looking for a different model, something that maybe perhaps is a little more versatile. The tripods that they make these days do all kinds of wild things. So I got a new one. And I went with the K&F Concept. I just happened to catch a deal on Amazon. Still like $100, but much cheaper than a comparable Promaster or a more elevated brand. Tripods are expensive, but the reviews on this are all largely positive. The deciding factor was the payload. Not that I intend on putting a whole lot of stuff on it. It just rated for a 22-pound payload, and all the reviews that I could find on it, everybody said, yeah, it'll absolutely hold that. So I figure if it'll hold 22 pounds, it'll definitely hold whatever I need it to hold. One of the coolest features is right off the bat is you can mount, it's got the little pull-out legs. I like the latches instead of the twisties, which was another deciding factor on this particular model. But you can mount your camera upside down. It's a super cool little tab on this guy, on the quick release here. So you can get a little, you don't have to have a screwdriver to get it in there all super tight, but that's a pretty cool feature, I thought. And now you can get like some really low angle type of shots. Pretty neat if you ask me. You can always just put the thing like right on the ground. That'll be cool. So just right away, that's already more versatile than the old Promaster, because you just can't get a shot this low with that particular tripod. A couple different positions that these legs will lock into. All right, now that is just at its first basic height. Kind of compared, it's already taller than the Promaster. The Promaster is completely extended. Well, I guess we could lift this guy up here. So, okay, but just in its basic setup here, it's almost as tall as the Promaster, and you get some additional length. This little guy right here can go up that high. That's pretty tall. I will extend the legs all the way and take a wide shot because it's ridiculously tall. The other factor that made me purchase this particular tripod instead of some of the others is its ability to do this. This one does loosen with a circle cuff or whatever. Take it all the way, and then you got a cool little side arm, or boom arm, I guess is what this is. Now you can set it in various different settings. Okay, and you just mount your camera here, but it kind of tells you how far you can go in. It wants you to stay right here. It says stop right there. It doesn't want you to go past that because of stability. The end here screws out, and I don't know if it's so you can install like a little hook for like right here for like counterbalance, or if it's just supposed to screw out enough that you could get something with a hook over that to kind of counterbalance your camera over on this side. So I don't know, super cool tripod. Allows the flexibility of the boom arm, and then it's got like a pretty nice little ball head, I guess is what this thing's called, right here at the top. So you can kind of just, flexibility of this thing is pretty outrageous. You can even use it like a like for like a nice slow pan, because the action on these rotating joints here is super, super smooth. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy in formation just so you can see exactly how tall that he is, because it's ridiculously tall. I have to imagine that's gonna be more height than I am ever gonna need. See the Promaster, the center column is extended as far as possible on him, and that's, I'm about 5'10", and this is about, probably comes up to about 5'6", 5'8", and then this thing is, I don't know if that's 90 inches, but that's tall, tall, tall. I would imagine if I were to ever raise it up this tall, I'm going to use that in conjunction with that boom arm. And then also, I think if you're setting up this tall, or if you're using the boom arm in general, you want to take advantage of this little hook right here. That's like, I think technically they say when you hang your camera bag on that, but I would imagine I would probably get some sandbags. And there's also, that's the tallest that gets. These do adjust out a little bit further, and that's pretty easy to do with one hand right there. So you see kind of how wide that stance gets, and obviously you can adjust these to any length that you like. This clasp are very similar. The action on the Promasters are a little bit nicer, but that's still awesome tripod. It's got some other tricks. Hold on. One of the cool features of this tripod, and it's a feature that comes on many new tripods, is it converts to a monopod. One of the legs pops off, the head twists right off, this guy screws right on there. Boom, monopod. And that's a pretty tall monopod. I mean, like I said, I'm about 5'10", and that puts the eyepiece right exactly where you would want that to be. Pretty good. And I think it will do me just fine. When they are side by side on the ground, fully collapsed, it is not really any smaller than the Promaster. Those are pretty much the exact same size. So it might be a little bit lighter just because the fluid head, I think, adds some weight. For me, it's just going to be a general tripod, and then my Promaster will be my second tripod if I ever get a second camera. So if anybody wants to buy me a DJI Osmo Action 4, please do it. On this old Promaster 4600, you can roll the feet back to reveal little spikes, so you can spike it down when you need to. And then on the K&F Concepts, the brand new tripod that I just got, you can unscrew the little plastic feet and just have nothing. I think there are little spikes that you can purchase to put in there, but I don't know. That's just a really neat feature on this old Promaster that's why it's still a damn good tripod.